Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on Montana This Morning. I'm Augusta McDonald.
And I'm Louis George. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday. Augusta finally made it to the end of the week.
End of the work week, and it's going to be pretty slick outside.
Yeah.
Slick outside. So if you're heading to work today, be sure to drive slow. We've got some ice on the roads.
Yeah, that rain yesterday, and then it stuck to the roads, and then you had the temperatures drop below freezing. It's really slippery out there. A lot of reports of ice and black ice. So give yourself some extra time this morning, and we're also looking at a little bit of light snow continuing to fall as well. Now, we have these winter weather advisory in place until 11 a.m. this morning, and this is for mostly southwestern Montana as that system is moving out, but it's clearing from north to south. So again, we'll keep that best chance of snow during the morning time. Now, here's your forecast headlines. We are going to keep light showers in the forecast for today and into tomorrow. Then we're going to get a brief break from it on Sunday before active weather returns with snow moving back in Sunday night all the way through Friday of next week. So we'll get into all this as we move throughout the morning here. Quick look at your Friday forecast. 35 Missoula, 36 Kalispell, Hamilton, and Polson with light scattered snow showers throughout the day.
Alrighty, thank you, Louis. The Flathead County Sheriff's Office is crediting Two Bear Air Rescue with helping to quickly and safely end a manhunt in Lakeside, apprehending an armed suspect high on methamphetamine. MTN's Nicole Miller shows us the dramatic capture.
The dramatic capture of a burglary suspect caught on video earlier this week.
He was not well dressed, just had a t-shirt and jeans on, had lost his shoes.
Flathead County Sheriff Chuck Curry hoists the man to safety near Camas Creek.
It was pretty hypothermic.
And he was armed and considered to be dangerous, prompting an alert being sent out notifying nearby neighbors to lock their doors.
Pushed that out to people who were in the potential path or places he could actually get to.
The Two Bear Air helicopter was deployed, and Curry says that with thermal imaging technology, they quickly spotted him.
We were able to keep an eye on him until we could vector our responding SWAT officers into position, and were able to take him into custody without any incident.
30-year-old Kevin Ray Mitchell of Libby has since been booked in the Flathead County Detention Center on a burglary charge. And Sheriff Curry says it was Two Bear Air Rescue that played the most critical role in his capture.
It's great to have that resource here. Normally, you have to live in a major urban area to have those sort of resources, and we're very fortunate that this privately funded aircraft, with the technology it possesses, is available to us.
Nicole Miller, MTN News, Lakeside.
Mitchell is due in court in early February. Health Watch this morning, the size of Montana's expanded Medicaid program continues to grow, and state officials said Thursday it's also helping people to find some employment. At a legislative committee meeting in Helena, state health officials said Medicaid expansion is now covering 91,500 low-income Montanans. That's 9% of the state's entire population. It's also more than twice the number of people that the Bullock administration estimated would be covered at this point in the program. Expanded Medicaid provides health coverage to low-income adults, with federal funds covering most of the cost. State labor officials also tell us they've contacted 21,000 people in the program to offer job training assistance. One of them is Amanda Childers of Thompson Falls. She told the committee the program not only helped cover her family's medical costs, but also helped to prepare her for a job.
I'm a single mom of two, and so the WorkLink program has helped me to get on my feet. It's opened doors to go down a career path in the medical field to better support myself and my kids. And without that program, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today.
Childers says she works as a caregiver at an assisted living home and is also going to school part-time in Missoula. Montana regulators say they're almost ready to implement new permanent rules on the state's medical marijuana industry. A representative from the Department of Public Health and Human Services addressed an interim legislative committee yesterday afternoon. She said the department has adjusted its proposed regulations in response to concerns from marijuana producers and patients. The changes include loosening testing requirements and reducing license costs for smaller providers. Department leaders say they will release the final rules by the end of the month. A law passed last year requires requires the department to have detailed regulations for medical marijuana in place by April. The department has also chosen a company to provide a seed-to-sale tracking system for all marijuana produced in the state. They plan to launch the system on March 19th.
Ultimately, the goal is to develop a well-regulated program so that people with a debilitating medical condition can continue to safely access the medicine they need. Given our proven track record, I'm confident that medical marijuana implementation by April 30th will experience similar success.
The department has chosen a company to provide that seed-to-sale tracking system for all marijuana that's going to be produced in Montana. And a project by the city of Missoula seeks to install sidewalks in neighborhoods where they are needed most.
That environmental assessment, we look at a variety of factors. We consult with a lot of local partners, federal agencies, state agencies to really understand, is there going to be a significant impact to the human environment on this project? In this case, we found that our finding is that there's no significant impact, and in fact this is going to be a positive benefit in terms of increasing connectivity in these neighborhoods.
The Invest Health Sidewalks project laid out plans to install sidewalks after a survey for Missoula's long-range transportation plan found that around 40% of streets in the Franklin to the Fort and North Side, West Side neighborhoods lack sidewalks. This compared to about 20% citywide. City of Missoula Engineering secured a $261,000 block grant for this project, which pays for about 1/3 of the $856,000 price tag. One requirement of that grant is that the neighborhoods pass an environmental assessment to make sure that the project will actually benefit those areas. The initiative has been received with overwhelming support.
Well, I'm thrilled. The Invest Health study showed a direct link between obesity, mental health metrics, and poverty, and a lack of sidewalks. And so this community development block grant project will go a long way toward creating safe walking routes to Lowell School and providing critical infrastructure for a constituency that really needs it.
The project is open to community comments until Tuesday, January 23rd. The Office of Housing and Community Development will collect those comments. Top stories this morning, a bitter fight erupted in the Senate as it now holds the power to avoid a governmental shutdown by midnight tonight. Late yesterday, the House passed a measure to provide government funding for another month, which would give lawmakers more time to hammer out a final deal. Now, though, it needs the Senate's approval, and that looks to be a much tougher path forward, since there it will need bipartisan support. Hanadoba has the latest.
The motion is adopted without objection. Motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
As soon as the House passed a short-term spending measure to avoid a government shutdown, it was on to the Senate, where a blame game quickly ensued. The Republicans were pointing fingers at Democratic demands on DACA, protection for immigrants brought here illegally as children.
My Democratic colleagues' demand on illegal immigration at the behest of their far-left base have crowded out all other important business, crowded it all out.
Democrats say the problem lies in a big way with the president's flip-flopping on key issues. Just a day earlier, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said he would not take up an immigration bill because it was still unclear what Mr. Trump wanted.
The leader is looking to deflect blame, but it just won't work. We all know what the problem is. It's complete disarray on the Republican side.
The Senate adjourned last night and will reconvene this morning. They have until midnight to hammer out a deal to avoid a shutdown. Unlike in the House, though, Republicans in the Senate will need Democrats to pass the measure.
They need 60 votes in the United States Senate. They don't have 60 votes. And that means you have got to negotiate. They have not negotiated.
Also on the table, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer has proposed a shorter stopgap measure. It would provide funding for just 4 or 5 days and serve as a hard final deadline. Hanadoba, CBS News.
In the event of a shutdown, the Interior Department plans to keep national parks and other public lands accessible. It would, though, mean furloughs for some federal employees, including some civilian defense workers. Among those who would remain on duty, TSA agents and air traffic controllers. Joining us now in the Storm Tracker Weather Center, meteorologist Louis Storch has our forecast. Louis.
I think you guys say good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good start to your Friday. Hope you had a good week. We're going to see some cooler temperatures slowly begin moving in for the weekend. But we're not going to really see, it's not going to be bitterly cold out there. It should still be pretty nice this weekend with temperatures upper 20s, lower 30s, and a get into all that here in just a minute. Quick look at your temperatures outside, though, this morning. We're at 33 Missoula, 34 Hamilton, 30 Seeley Lake, 32 Phillipsburg, 34 Polson, 28 in Kalispell. So overall, not a bad start to your Friday morning. As far as our weather goes, we still see some lingering snow showers hanging around. Now, the main system has tracked off to the east and off to our south, but we still have a little bit of light snow falling here in southwest Montana, and that's why we have that winter weather advisory in place until 11 a.m. this morning for southwest Montana, as we're going to continue to see light snow this morning. No accumulations really expected. And then as we move throughout the afternoon time, some of the snow will track further up into northwest Montana. But again, just very light and very scattered all throughout the day. Now, if you're traveling, especially over those passes, well, even in the valleys where we had the rain yesterday, temperatures then dropped below freezing. So we're seeing a lot of ice around the valleys, and then we're getting snow and ice covered roads over those passes with Homestake Pass change required if towing a vehicle. So make sure you take it easy there. And then here's what McDonald's Pass looks like. You can see, yep, a little bit of snow on the road, and that's just going to continue at least throughout the morning time. So let's talk about your Hamilton hour-by-hour forecast backdrop. Beautiful photo by Debbie. Debbie, thank you for this. Notice in Hamilton, about a 70% chance of snow this morning. Then we're going to keep scattered snow throughout the day, but it becomes much more light and much more scattered by the afternoon. Kalispell hour-by-hour forecast backdrop. Beautiful photo by Jerry. Jerry, thank you for this one. You can see just about a 30% chance of a light snow shower sticking with us throughout the day, with highs once again in the middle 30s by the afternoon. So here's your 7-day forecast for Missoula. We're going to see 35 today with some light snow, most likely this morning. 33 tomorrow, a brief break on Sunday. Then another system moves in Sunday night. That'll be our next best chance of seeing some widespread snow. Scattered snow sticks with us into next week. Kalispell, same thing with light snow today and tomorrow. Break on Sunday. Sunday night, another system rolls through with some light snow again Monday. We'll see Hamilton at 36. Then we'll see 33 on Saturday. 34 on Sunday with the sky slowly clearing, maybe a little sunshine peeking through the clouds. Then another active week sets up as we start Monday.
Alrighty, thank you, Louis. Yes, we're definitely looking forward to that. And we'll be back right after this break.